Hello, my friends. How are you all doing out there today? I'm shooting this on the first day of February, and I'm just kind of trying to think of where January went. It's crazy how time just keeps rolling right on along. It seems like we were just in the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas just the other day, and now we're already into the second month of 2024. But what are you going to do? Um, I kind of got to thinking the other day after that talk on the power of now. If you didn't watch that, go back. I think it was 2 videos ago, 2 or 3 days ago, whenever. And there was something in there, and I'm going to expand from there. There was one little piece in what I shared in that reading and in that talk that got me thinking, because I'm always thinking about reality, ergo the title today. And this one's talking about complaining, but we're just focusing on the reality part. Complaining is non-acceptance. To complain is always non-acceptance of what is. And I got thinking about non-acceptance, actually the second part of that, non-acceptance of what is. You know, Buddhists tend to say that desire is the root of all suffering, and that very much can be true. But also, I think our not wanting to accept reality a lot of times also causes a lot of suffering, a lot of unnecessary suffering. When you criticize, condemn, or complain, you aren't accepting reality. Instead, you're rejecting reality in favor of your expectations or thoughts about what reality should be. And in doing so, you will end up less happy than if you accepted the situation you're facing and figured out a productive path forward. And then I got into Google a little bit. That's what I generally do when something's in my head. I just play around online until I find something that that resonates with me. And this is why it's important to accept reality. Now, this is a little bit longer reading. It's not long, don't worry when I say a little bit longer, but it's a little bit longer than the ones the other day. So I will drop a link in the description below. But the title is Why It's Important to Accept Reality by a young lady named Emily Zeman. Are you struggling with a problem that you just can't solve? Do you want to make a change, but you don't know how? When facing a challenge, there are various ways to respond. You can figure out a solution to the problem. You can change how you feel about the issue. You can accept reality. You can stay miserable, or you can make things worse by acting out or using negative coping skills. Unfortunately, it's not always possible to come up with a solution or change how you feel about a problem. In those cases, try accepting reality by practicing radical acceptance. Let's explore why it's beneficial to accept reality and how radical acceptance works. First, it's important to accept reality because in order to make a change for the better, you must accept. And that is something, it never, people say all the time, oh, I know, but it's hard. Well, that's not reality either. We all struggle with this, so don't think I'm preaching from up on high or anything. Let me see where I left off. You will get okay, first it's important to accept reality because in order to make a change for the better, you must accept. Rejecting reality does not change reality. Let that sink in. Rejecting reality does not change reality. In fact, rejecting reality often turns pain into suffering. When you refuse to accept reality, you get stuck in negative emotions such as sadness, anger, shame, or bitterness. You will also cause yourself more suffering if you try to change things that you don't have any control over. Some things are simply out of control whether we like it or not. It's a waste of time and energy to fight things that are out of control, so why fight things that you cannot change? Instead of feeling helpless or frustrated, it's better to accept the reality. Radical acceptance is a skill for accepting things the way that they are. It helps you accept the reality of a situation so that you can make a smart choice about how to respond. Radical acceptance means exactly what it sounds like. You accept reality, no matter what reality is. It's the opposite of why me. Instead, it is things are as they are. The first part of radical acceptance is understanding what you cannot change. You must accept that some things are out of your control. You don't have to like it, condone it, or agree with it, but you must accept the situation for what it is. For example, the past, other people, rules, laws, death, divorce, and loss are simply out of your control. Then recognize what you can change. Remember that there are still ways to turn a situation around, even when things seem daunting. You can change how long you choose to dwell on things, who you spend your time with, the choices you make, your DBT skill use, and your attitude, among other things. There are so many ways to make a change for the better. Remember, radical acceptance does not mean giving up. It does not entail agreeing with the things are or liking the situation. Rather, it encourages us to accept the situation as it is. Then we can think calmly and rationally about an appropriate response. Radical acceptance puts us in a frame of mind to move forward most effectively. Sometimes we will face unpleasant situations or difficult problems. Those circumstances may make us feel helpless, confused, or frustrated. No matter what the situation, don't feel defeated. Don't be discouraged. But also, don't deny what is currently going on. You don't have to continue suffering at the hands of situations that are out of your control either. Instead, accept reality and change your response to a more positive one. Accepting reality can make a major impact in how you deal with life's challenges. And it really is. Like, I've realized, like, some of the things I've not accepted reality in a lot of ways over the last several years, and it's caused me a lot of angst in my situation. I'm bad about all those things that I just read about to you right there. There's things I think it's just something in our nature, when something comes up that's very unpleasant, something we don't want to deal with, a bad situation, it can be very easy, just to kind of, there's times when we don't accept reality and times when we just block it out which is to me, and that's something that I deal with a lot when I just try to kind of put it out of my mind. That's kind of a version of not accepting reality. So I think the thing it is like sometimes things are what they are. And as soon as we can get past that initial, sometimes it's like a shock. Sometimes you can even receive really bad news or be in a really bad situation. But I think that once that we can accept that reality, we can think a little bit clearer. We can formulate some sort of a thought or a plan, if not necessarily how to get out of the situation, how to better and more effectively deal with the situation. So anyhow, like some of these videos that I do that are non-food are just things that, like, thoughts that I share, that I explore, that I go down a rabbit hole with, or that I go seek out things and read about. So I hope you enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Have a beautiful end to the week, and weekend's coming soon, and maybe I'll see you over the weekend. Peace.